What up, what up, what up, what up? You know what? And I'm doing that with you. DC, I'm not doing that with you. Hey, DMV, what's up, boo? Hey, Danny. What's up, Yana? Hey, Lock Queen. Hello, Alikala. What's up, what's up? Hey, Quintessential. Abby, hey, boo. Brandon, hey, baby. What's up, y'all? I'm not doing that with you, DC. Hey, little baby. What's up? What's up? What's up? Hey, East Starkey. How y'all doing? Good afternoon to everyone. Hope everybody is having a good Monday. Oh. It's snowing. What? What's up, B-Lo? Hey, it's me, D. It's snowing? I thought y'all were done. Dang. Y'all, the first day, listen, I thought y'all were done. The temperatures dropped here a little bit because, like, last week it was in the 70s. So the temperatures dropped here a little bit, but it is definitely not snowing. Not even close. Man. I mean, I know, you know, what I'm dealing with. I get that, but golly. Whew. Got a little light. What's up, Tracy? Ready for this conversation? Okay, let's jump into it. Hold on, let me do something real quick. And we're going to jump into this conversation because we got a few things to cover today, honey. Now, I did not watch the Grammys, although because of social media, it ain't too many surprises. But I don't never watch the Grammys for the awards anyway. I watch for the performances. So be on the lookout for my review. We're going to talk about the performances, what I like, what I didn't like, what I didn't care about. Because I'm sure that most of the performances I'm probably not going to care about. But, you know, we never know. We never know. You going to the gym? No, I'm ready to go run. You about to go run? Okay. Have a good run. So remember a few weeks ago, right, honey, we got to get into this parenting conversation. So remember a couple of weeks ago, I got this box from one of my subscribers, and I told you guys that I had to get permission before I showed y'all what was in the box because she sent me some early, they call them, what do they call them? Oh, shoot. Basically a preview, but it is a name for them. Those of you who are in the publishing world, y'all know what I'm talking about. And so I wanted to make sure I could show y'all the books before I got into it. Now, book club, I did not forget. It has been a really rough week, and I haven't had a lot of time to read, and this book doesn't have an audio version, so I can't listen to it. So I am behind on the reading, but I'm going to get caught up this week. We're going to do chapters 1, 2, and 3, and chapters 3, 4, and 5. So I'll get both of those to y'all this week. And then on next Monday, we're going to do a live and we're going to cover chapters 1 through 6. I'm going to go ahead and put it in stone so that it's going to happen. And so I apologize. I just got behind, you guys. It's been the galleys. That's it. Thank you, P. That's what I'm looking for, the galleys. So these are galleys that she sent me. And I wanted to make sure that it was okay to share it with you guys before I did because, you know, I know she was doing me a favor and I don't want to get nobody caught up. You know what I'm saying? And so, hey, P. So I'm going to show you guys these galleys. I don't have release dates on them. I just have some advanced copies. I do not have release dates. But yeah, so that's what we're going to do. That's what's going on with the book club. And I apologize that I got behind, but we're going to get caught up. We're going to get caught up this week. Okay, so here's the first book. It's called Where the Rhythm Takes You. This is what it looks like. Where the Rhythm Takes You. And this is the same subscriber who gave me the information on that online book fair that I told you guys about a few weeks ago. And I actually went. It was nice. I logged on. It was free to log on. They had all sorts of authors there, and so it was cool. Now, I'm not going to read the back of these books to y'all, but it looks, I'm not going to, well, I'll read it. Since Raina's mother passed away 2 years ago, it's been 2 years since Raina's mother passed away, 2 years since Aiden, her childhood best friend. First kiss, first love, first everything. Left Tobago to pursue his music dream. Now Raina's friends are all planning their futures and heading abroad. Even Daddy seems to want to move on, leaving her to stay and try to keep her family's seaside resort running. And that's when Aiden comes roaring back into her life as a VIP guest at the resort, no less. And so this sounds like, a little romance, but it sounds interesting. A little romance, right? A little romance novel. All right, we have that. And then we have this. I like the cover of this. Look at that. That make me want to read it. Don't that make y'all want to read it? Especially for us 90s babies, 80s, 90s babies. That's what I said, Tobago. That's what I said, Xavier. You know what I meant. But anyway, so this looks like something that I would like to read. Now this again, when legendary R&B artist Corey Fields spots Enchanted Jones at an audition, her dreams of being a famous singer take flight until Enchanted wakes up with blood on her hands and zero memory of the previous night. Who killed Corey Fields? Ooh, this sounds good. Okay. This sounds like a SVU episode. All right, or what an episode. Now this is a children's I think it's a children's book. Night Brothers. Amari and the Night Brothers, BB Alston. This is an advanced reader. This is not for sale. Let me see here. Harry Potter meets Men in Black in this exhilarating debut middle grade fantasy called Black Girl Magic. Ooh, this looks kind of interesting. I like that description. Harry Potter meets Men in Black. Abby, I was thinking the same thing. That I'm gonna have to bring one and let Abby read this. Okay. This one is called Ophi's Ghost. This is another young adult one, Ophi's Ghost. This is Ophelia Harrison and her family used to live in a small house in the Georgia countryside. But that was before the night in November 1922 and the cruel act that took her home and her father from her, which just happens to be the same night that Ophi learned she could see ghosts. What does her new power mean for her? And more importantly, how will she use it? Okay, now this sounds like a book that you might want to pre-read. Well, first of all, you should always pre-read the books that your children read. I'm just saying that. As a parent, as an educator, you should always read what your kids are reading, even if it's coming home from school. Read it. Y'all know it don't take y'all that long to read a children's book. Read it. But this definitely seems like something you want to read first, because I'm going to take a shot in the dark. This November night in 1922 sounds like it may have something to do with some racism, some Jim Crow. I don't want to go so far as to say lynching, but it sounds like it might get into some stuff that you definitely want to be ready to have a conversation with your kids about. But this sounds interesting. Okay, so there's that. Y'all should send me a whole box of books. Maybe I won't do all of them today. Maybe I'll just do one more and then we can do the rest of them tomorrow. If y'all are bored, we can move on to the topics. I don't know. You read the Amari book? Okay, I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna read it anyway, but I definitely am interested in it. That description alone. Okay, this is called Sitting in St. James. I like the cover. They're doing a good job with the cover of these books, because this is making me want to read it. 1860 Louisiana. After serving as mistress of La Petite Cottage for more than 6 decades, Madame Sylvie Gilbert has decided to sit for a portrait. But there are other important stories to be told on the Gilbert plantation. I'm saying Gilbert, but I think it's Gilbert plantation. Stories that span generations, from the big house to the out in the fields of routine horrors, secrets buried as deep as the family fortune, and the tangled bonds of descendants and enslaved. Okay, so this is going to be one of those books that you're going to have to be, again, this sounds like a history/novel. So you got to be ready. This is talking about slavery, so you got to be in that mindset of dealing with slavery. Okay? It is an advanced copy. I had a friend published years ago, used to take her books, not advanced copy, and fake return them to Barnes & Noble. Well, you know what? They started putting it on here now. Look, and that's not a sticker. That is within the paper. So Honey, I don't think you're going to be doing that no more. They probably did it exactly for that reason. Punching the Air. Now, this was the one I told you guys about. This is Yusef Salaam, one of the exonerated 5. So I definitely, again, and this wasn't what I thought it was. I thought this was going to be his story, but it's not. It's a book of poems. It's a book of poetry. Now, maybe I have to look at it deeper. Now, maybe he's telling his story through the poetry, which is that's kind of what it looks like he's doing. It looks like he's telling his story through the poetry, which is very interesting. I like that idea. Because that's what this looks like. It looks like he's telling his story through the poetry. I see one called Booked. I see one called Auction Block. I see Lights On. Yeah. And I'm looking forward to this. But again, it's written as poetry, so you can dissect it piece by piece. Okay, I'm definitely here for that. I have another copy of Grown. So again, I'm going to ask for her permission. Maybe I can give these away. I don't need 2 copies of the book. So I'm going to ask for her permission that if it's okay for me to send these off, I'll have some raffles for the books, okay? If she says it's okay, then I will do that because I have an extra copy of Grown. That was the one about the mystery. Matter of fact, Xavier, you were the first one that said that you like the mysteries. So, you one of my old schools from day one. So matter of fact, if she says it's okay, Xavier, I'm going to send you Grown, okay? Damn, Abby just claimed it. Abby, you can, child, I got you, girl, whatever. You can read the book after me, girl. You're good. I done already told Xavier he can have it now. Sorry. All right, so this is called Excuse Me While I Ugly Cry. Woo! Excuse me while I ugly cry. We all got that ugly cry, child. Okay. Quinn keeps a list of everything from the day she's ugly cried to all the boys she'd like to kiss. By writing her fears on paper, she never has to face them in real life. That is until her journal goes missing. Oh, shit. Quinn is blackmailed into facing 7 of her greatest fears, or else her entire journal will go public. Desperate, she teams up with Carter Bennett, the last known person to have her journal, in a race against time to track down the blackmailer. Together, they journey through everything Quinn's been too afraid to face, and along the way, Quinn finds the courage to be honest, to live in the moment, and to fall in love. This sounds interesting. Okay. This sounds young adult-ish. I would read it first as a parent because I'm not sure what these things she's fearing. Okay. So this sounds young adult-ish. Okay. All right. I will raffle this one. I will absolutely raffle this one. Because I have an extra one. This is the Yusef Salaam. I will raffle this one. So if I get permission, I'll send her a message today. If I get permission, I'll raffle that one. And then it looks like I have a couple of, these are definitely kids' books. I will auction off the kids' books as well. I'll read through them. Not all of them. I'll get my nephew. I'll give, this one sort of fell apart a little bit. This one didn't transport very well. Zuri Ray Tries Ballet. Abby, you can have this one for your grandbabies. Abby has two granddaughters, and they both dance. So that's for Abby. And this one I will auction off. Vivi Loves Science. Ooh, Abby, which one you want? And then you tell me which one you want, then the other one I'll auction off. This one, because this one is about little girls who like science. And we definitely need our little Black girls to get more into math and science. So again, I have 2 books that I'm going to auction off if I get permission to do that. And Xavier, I'm going to just go ahead and gift you one if I get permission to do that. Okay. And so that's what we're going to do. So thank y'all for sitting through that. My subscriber, she probably up in the bushes, the one who It's not. They're not on sale yet. It's an F and G. They're not hard book. They're on sale. They're not on sale yet. I have the one that likes science. I have one that likes science. Okay. Well, once I get her permission, then we'll take care of it. And y'all know, listen, I got a bunch of stuff in my giveaway bag. Okay. The last couple of times I did giveaways, they were Avon products. But I got some Avon. I got some stuff to give away. I have some palettes to give away. That's not Avon. I got some Juvia's Place palettes to give away. Okay, I didn't want to say your name, girl. I didn't want to tell on you. But don't trip, I said it. That is my subscriber that's been hooking me up. So she said, so all of these books are going on sale this summer and fall. These books will be available summer and fall. Okay, so one of these books is going to be a book club selection. I ain't figured out. I'm going to read them, and then I tell y'all which one I like the most, and then that's going to be a book club selection. So it's okay for me to do these as giveaways for my subscribers, the extra ones you sent me. Is that okay? Because I don't want to get nobody in trouble. You know, we got these good jobs, honey. I don't want to get nobody in trouble on their good government. They good government. Maybe this will be, me and Abby are going to read this one. And maybe this will be definitely a book selection. Because, you know, me and Abby both love Harry Potter, honey. Give. Okay, good to go. All right, so we'll sort all that out later. We'll sort it all out later, but definitely there'll be some raffles. And like I said, I have a bunch of stuff to give away. So maybe one day we'll just have a good old raffle. I'm going to have a private chat raffle for members only. And then I'll do some stuff for general, maybe we'll do a Kahootie, as DC likes to say. So we're going to get some stuff together. We're going to get some stuff together in the next week or so. I've had a lot going on with work and it's been a lot of stuff going on. So I'm going to get back on track. My weekends have not been my own these last couple of weeks. And then, you know, the Justice League, we have been doing a lot of interviews and stuff like that. You know, I've done my own interviews. So I know I haven't done my members only videos the last couple of weeks, but that's been why. Okay, Lord, that took 20 minutes. You'll send the ad. Okay. And thank you again. Don't Trip. You guys, everybody thank Don't Trip. I said it. She sent me the books and I appreciate you so much. Me and her got some things that she's been encouraging me and I'm going to encourage her. And we're going to be working on some things too in the future. So y'all keep an eye out on us as well, Hunty. You'll send me some adult ones next. Okay. I appreciate it. I appreciate whatever you send because I definitely got away from doing as I used to read. And then, you know, when you teach, you read so much. I mean, I can't just speak for just my job, but anybody's job. But I know for mine in particular, I read so much for work and I read because I do history. I read so much nonfiction that in the summer I would just read. But the last couple of summers, I've gotten away from even doing that. I would catch up during the summer on all of my reading, and I haven't done that. So and that's why I really want to do the book club. So bear with me, you guys. I'm gonna get it together, but it's just been a lot. It's been a lot. With that being said, let's get to this. So we all already know that Kirk Franklin then cussed his son out. Okay, now let's talk a little bit about what we know. First of all, his son is 33, I believe. Certainly early 30s. This is the son that he had before he married his wife. He had a son at a young age. He was a teenage dad. And, you know, if you know anything about Kirk Franklin's origin story, Kirk Franklin was dirt ass poor. Okay. Now, listening to his son tell his story, it sounds like he said, imagine on his Instagram, he was like, imagine from the age of 3 to high school traveling the world. So let's unpack that for a moment. So your dad, who was a single dad, not a single dad, a teenage dad. It sounds like by the time you were 3, he was making a little bit of change and he was traveling. And instead of leaving you at home with your mama, who he wasn't married to, he won't with in a relationship, he took you with him. Okay. And this went on for, I'm sorry, El Teddy, you done missed the whole book. I done went through a whole box of books. But you probably wouldn't have cared about that part anyway. El Teddy, you guys, y'all check out his Instagram. El Teddy has released his book list for the year, and he's going to be doing books over on his channel as well. So if y'all like to read, listen, y'all following the right people. The first book is called, I think it's called Gray Boy. El Teddy, put it in the chat. Is it called Gray Boy, I believe? And so I think he's going to start reading it next month. Put it in the chat, El Teddy. Put the information in the chat, please, sir, if you feel like it, if you can. And I'm not sure if you're on your way to work or not. So your daddy had you with him traveling the world during his heyday. I mean, because that was Melodies from Heaven. That was Stomp. That was all of the Kirk Franklin isms. Gray Boy. Thank you. That was all of the Kirk Franklin isms that your daddy traveled. Now, it sounds like, to hear you tell your story, all of this stuff started around the time you got out of high school. That's what it sounds like, 18, 19-ish. I do not believe, this is me, I'm on the outside looking in, I'm just taking the information I'm giving, and I'm using my own deductive reasoning and coming up with my own information. If this is the same man who could have easily just been sending your mama checks, who was physically taking you with him around the world, traveling, right? I do not believe that this same man would, at the age of 18, drop you like a hot potato unprovoked. That is just me, because we all know ain't shit daddies, okay? Let's be clear. And the minute the child support is over, first of all, they sending checks, they not spending time. That's number one. They sending checks, they not spending time. We know millionaires who send checks and don't spend no time with their churn, okay? We know millionaires who do that. So they're sending checks, not spending time. That's number one. That's number one. Number two, I don't believe that this is a man who has invested his time in you that way, dropping you the minute you turn 18 for why? Unprovoked. I don't believe it. Now, let's fast forward to 33, and let's fast forward to what had happened yesterday evening. I am very distrustful of people who record conversations just on GP. I just don't understand people who do that. I don't do that. I don't do no bunch of screenshotting. I don't do no bunch of recording conversations unless there's a reason to. And so I say to myself, when I listen to this conversation, I feel like, one, it was chopped and screwed. Because when I listen to something like this, if you want me to have a certain kind of reaction, I need the beginning, the middle, and the end. I need the beginning, the middle, and the end. Don't let me hear Kirk Franklin cussing you out for no reason. That don't compute for me. That don't compute for me. And I'm not saying that I believe Kirk Franklin is this innocent, oh, he would never say that. No, I believe Kirk Franklin probably cursed all the damn time. That ain't the first time Kirk Franklin cussed somebody out, and that damn sure ain't the first time Kirk Franklin had cussed. Okay? Let's be clear. I'm not even going to say that Kirk Franklin wasn't wrong. I'm going to say I would need to hear the whole conversation to make that decision. But based on what I heard, I ain't mad at Kirk Franklin. Am I supposed to be mad at Kirk? Listen. He cussed that boy out like he needed to be cussed. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And I saw what you said, Xavier, that Kirk Franklin said that he resented his son I didn't hear it. I'm not going to say that he didn't say it. I didn't hear him say it. But even with that, I need to hear the context, because people don't just come out that don't come out of nowhere. That doesn't just come out of nowhere. I resent my child. That don't come out of nowhere. Especially not a child that you helped raise. Again, if Kirk Franklin was a deadbeat dad and all he did was send a check for 18 years, and then when that boy turned 18, he cut him off for no reason, then that's another conversation. But Kirk Franklin raised that boy. He helped raise that boy. He was a part of that child's life. His whole life, something happened. And Kirk Franklin said that they have been in a toxic relationship for years. So it didn't happen overnight. Now, his sister got on her Instagram and said the boy has been dealing with drugs, and that has a lot to do with it. She also said that he lied on what he said about that was the last family picture they took was back at the Jet magazine. She said that's a lie. That's a lie. He's been at family functions. He's been around the family. Now, of course, she's going to defend her daddy, so she's going to say what she's going to say. It's always nefarious to record a conversation. However, if a person is feeling gaslit and they need to recollect a conversation in full, then they record it. But what I'm saying and I agree, P, but what I'm saying is something happened on the front end for you to feel like you needed to record a conversation. If I'm going to use El Teddy as an example, because y'all know I always pick on El Teddy. If El Teddy said something to me, you know what? Don't trip. Alexa, play while we sing. If El Teddy said something to me and me and him end up getting into an argument and he swear up and down he never said it, and I'm like, but you did say it. And he's like, no, I didn't. I never said that. And I'm like, yes, you did. If I'm trying to get him to repeat it, and I feel like, well, if I can say certain things, I can get him to say it again. Yeah, I'm going to record the conversation. But there was still something that happened first for you to record the conversation. Don't nobody just go around. I mean, I'm not going to say nobody, because there are people who do. But the average person don't just go around recording conversations just by accident. And who's to say that he recorded the conversation because Kirk Franklin then cussed him out 3-4 times and nobody would believe him and he needed it on tape? I don't know. But there's a reason why you're recording this conversation. And why do you release it? Why do you release it? We've had this conversation before, child. These people that run to the internet and put the whole internet in your private family business. Now, I'm going to talk about it because that's what I do. That is what y'all come to hear me do. That is what we do here. We talk about it. But if I wouldn't have shit to talk about if y'all wouldn't tell me. I don't really want to speak on this situation because I've been through this situation in my family with my dad and his 2 older daughters, which are my sisters. I can understand that. I can definitely understand that. The son did not leak the whole conversation. He was up to no good, and TD Jakes tried to counsel them and was on the call for I heard Kirk Franklin say that he called their family counselor. And they had a conversation with the family counselor. I never heard who that person was, but it doesn't surprise me that it would be TD Jakes. That doesn't shock me. Because I remember, because Kirk Franklin said, now he ain't released that conversation. He didn't release the conversation when we were on the phone with the counselor. He didn't release that part of the conversation. And I'm going to say this, because I have dealt with this in my family, when you deal with family members who are on drugs, and I'm not saying the boy's on drugs, I'm just saying if this is the case, it does get ugly. You do see and hear things that are not what some people would consider to be normal family conversation. You know, it does go down that road. You know, it does go down that road. Exactly, P. The same thing when Caesar's daughter put all that stuff on the Instagram with the fight and everything. You know, you open up a lot of stuff with it. And again, I'm not defending. I'm not saying that Kirk Franklin's all wrong and the son is all right. But what I'm saying is I ain't mad at Kirk Franklin for cussing his son out. I ain't mad at him. He said he disrespected me. So you can tell from the snippet that I heard, Kirk Franklin was already pissed off from the snippet I heard, which means that something happened. Don't nobody start off on 100. Don't nobody start off on 100. You don't call somebody Unless there's something that's on the front end, you don't call somebody and they cuss you out. Something happened for you to just start cussing. That's just not how it works. That defies logic. Unless you are already in a bad mood or something has already happened before this, don't nobody just pick up the phone and start cussing. Listen, I already told y'all about my mama. Listen, and I'm grown. I don't even cuss in front of my parents, and I'm grown. And y'all know I cuss. And they know I cuss. I don't cuss in front of them. The daughter actually described things, but the son is making it seem like Kirk has been abusing him and cussing him out. Again, it starts somewhere though. TD Jakes ain't got no business giving counseling. I just don't agree with pastors giving counseling, especially if they're not a licensed therapist. Yeah, I mean, that goes back to your faith though. If you, and I understand where you're coming from, Pete. But there's some people who, they have faith in their spiritual guide, their, spiritual advisors, But I understand what you're saying. I hope the son is ready to walk the road that is the consequences for this action. Yeah, he may have hurt and embarrassed his father, but this will not benefit the son. Well, I'm gonna be honest with you though, Yocrates. From what I've seen, most people are siding with Kirk. So I don't even think he got what he thought he was going to get. I think he thought that he was going to embarrass this gospel artist and cause him a whole lot of backlash and a whole lot of negativity, but I mean, let's be clear. Kirk Franklin ain't the gospel artist that is going to get embarrassed by a tape leaking of him cussing somebody out. Did any of us believe that Kirk Franklin wouldn't cuss a motherfucker out? Put a 1 in the chat if you feel like Kirk Franklin would never cuss somebody out. If y'all were shocked to hear Kirk Franklin cussing, put a 1 in the chat, please. Let me see how many ones I get. If it's 89 people in the room, shout out to the 89 people in the room. Thank you for being here. But out of them 89 people in the room, please tell me how many of y'all were shocked to hear Kirk Franklin cussing somebody out. I'll wait. Y'all tell me. Somebody wrote 37. I mean, most people, right? Bab said, I'm just going to put a 1 in the chat because I know ain't nobody going to put 1. On my timeline, most people are siding with the son because they're saying that Kirk verbally assaulted him. Xavier, I'm going to say something, and I hope you don't get offended when I say this. You're young. I love you, Xavier, but you're young, boo. We had that whole conversation last week when you didn't know nothing about cameras, okay? You young. Your timeline is probably full. El Teddy, no, you didn't. You did not believe. You were not shocked to hear Kirk Franklin cussing nobody out. Go sit down somewhere. Hey, what's up, Tabitha? How you doing? I listened to your live earlier. I was listening, so I couldn't chat in the type. I mean, I couldn't chat in the type. Couldn't type in the chat, but I heard the whole thing. I just didn't know he could put that kind of bass in his voice. But Xavier, you're young, and so most of your timeline is going to be young. In my opinion, I could be wrong. I'm making an assumption. You know what assuming does. But most of your timeline is going to be young. And y'all think like that because, again, y'all's generation think y'all shit don't stink and can't nobody talk to y'all. Y'all come from the generation of, I don't owe nobody no respect. And I'm going to talk to people however I want to talk to people. And I don't care whether they old or young. If they disrespectful to me, I'm going to be disrespectful to them. And that's not how we were raised. Whether people agree or not, that just ain't how we were raised. We just weren't. And that doesn't mean that we ain't step out of line. But like Tabitha was saying on her live earlier, she said her mama ripped the whole door off the handle. And she was grown with a child. And her mama came for her for coming out her mouth wrong. And so we didn't grow up like that. And so I would, just because this is the way social media sort of works, I would venture to guess that most of the people on your timeline are of your age group. And so y'all have that mentality. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sure most of my students, because they in that age group, would feel that way. I wish you would have brought me up for this conversation. My feet are going to be so silky soft thanks to Avon. Yes, Avon. Yes. Thank you, Miss Honey, for the Avon plug in the chat. Listen, I don't even have my banner up. Hold on, let me put my banner up, honey. I don't even have my banner running. Thank you for the Avon plug in the chat, Miss Honey. Station identification. You know, Tabitha said to this day, she said that door still wonky. Said that door still wonky, okay? Hey, police. Hey, baby. I'm old enough to remember when Kirk went on Oprah to talk about his porn addiction. If that didn't ruin his career, that good cussing out ain't going to ruin it. You ain't lying. He sure did talk about how he had a porn addiction. And I think that was a nice way of saying he did more stuff than just watch porn. But I feel like the other shoe never dropped. I really feel like that was some PR to get in front of some bullshit that he thought was coming that never came. But you're right. You're right. Now, let's be clear. If it was, let's see. What gospel artist could that have ruined their career? That might have ruined Mahalia Jackson. I think she probably the last gospel artist that I would be surprised to hear cussing somebody out. Now, maybe some people who grew up deeper in the church than I did, but Mahalia Jackson probably the last gospel artist that I would be shocked to hear cussing somebody out. That's me. That is me. I mean, who would we be shocked to hear? Mahalia's folks would have been like, what that boy do? I stay away from certain uncles and aunts because they take me places and I don't want to have to do places that might be go places that might be right, El Teddy, because even though they probably say some crazy shit to you, some out of the way stuff to you, you still are like, I'm gonna just stay away from them rather than be disrespectful. Listen, Daddy Mama done put me in my place, so Daddy Mama done got me together, and I was grown then when she did that. I was in my 30s when she got me together. Okay, I was grown then, so yes. I was about to mention you as a Gen Xer. I definitely will curse out an old person if they try me, but seriously, I don't go looking to disrespect older people, as in mind my P's and Q's. Yeah. Joel Osteen. Now, yeah, that would probably just be funny if he cussing. Joel Osteen would just be funny cussing. I feel like he one of them people that would cuss awkward and you would just end up laughing, and he would never really cuss nobody. Like, I feel like I would end up laughing at him. I feel like he just cuss awkward. I feel like I would just end up laughing. And I agree back. Sometimes a person just deserves to get cussed out. But what I'm saying is we were raised that even in the midst of people deserving to get cursed out, we just weren't raised that it was okay to do it. And that doesn't mean that there aren't people in my generation that won't cuss you out, because they will. But that ain't how we were raised, most of us. Y'all know that that's always a general statement. I think TD Jakes is a professional cusser. He may have a book on it. Listen, I don't know TD Jakes cuss now, but I promise you, in his 20s, probably 30s, he would get you together. Tamla probably led the way cursing Kirk out when Kirk and her family broke up over some money. She probably did. Her and her husband probably cussed Kirk Slam out. They were probably in the back cussing each other out, okay? So, yeah, I mean, I'm not saying... I just feel like there's a lot of water under that bridge that we weren't privy to. I feel like we were dropped in the middle of a situation and are expected to have a reaction that we ain't going to have, or the majority of us aren't going to have, because I think the majority of us are adults enough to understand that there was a first act, second act, third act before we came in. You know, we had intermission. You know what I'm saying? The boy is 33 years old, and he said this been going on for 14 years. Even if you believe it's been going on for the last 14 years, that's a whole lot of baggage. That's a lot. And it sounds like there has been a lot of back and forth with them up until these last 14 years. So I ain't mad at Kirk. I don't feel like it was unprovoked. I feel like whatever cussing that boy got, he probably deserved. I ain't mad at you, Kirk. Kirk, I ain't canceling Kirk. It was all over TikTok yesterday. People talking about somehow they wasn't canceling Kirk. I ain't canceling Kirk. I bet you if we go look at Kirk's record sales, I bet you his record sales went up in the last 24 hours. I bet you the numbers went up. I bet you he might even be trending on iTunes right now. Because people probably was like, I forgot all about that Kirk song I like. Let me download it real quick. I'm telling you, I bet you his numbers then went up. You know what? That's my mama, Jamila, right there. Some people can cuss you out without saying one curse word. That is my mama. When I tell you that my mama can get done and you feel this big, and she ain't, not only has she ain't said a curse word, she ain't raised a voice either. But you feel this big. I have seen my mother eviscerate people and not raise her voice. And I just be standing there like, damn. That didn't work out too well for you, did it? Child. When Carrie come over, Carry On come over, does everyone hide? According to the sister, they do. According to the sister, they hide their valuables when he come around. That's what the sister said. Not the way Kirk cussed out his son, give a whole new definition to the word stomp. Hold on real quick, y'all. That's how you scare your students, speak low and slow. Listen, my students know when I get quiet, because y'all know as much as I talk now and as loud as I am, when I get quiet, they know, oh shit. And I do just like this. And they know they better not let me sit down, because I'm not a teacher that sits at my desk. I'm always on my feet. I'm always moving around my classroom. If I walk to the back of the classroom and sit down and I'm quiet, oh, they know it's some shit. They're like, oh, damn. Y'all, and it's funny. I always love hearing, y'all, she mad. Y'all better stop. She mad. Look, she done sat down. I love it. I love it. I be like, yeah. Woo, you better get them. You better remind them and tell them. Child, take me in your arms and hold me close. Oh, Lord. Y'all not singing in the chat. My mama can give you a look and speak calmly, and she tells you that he tells you not going to do it and what you will do. Oh, yeah. I've seen a teacher march an entire class to ISS. All in line with the slips listed. Let me tell you something. It ain't nothing like classroom management, honey. So, yeah, that's what it is, y'all. That is what it is. That's the Kirk Franklin. That's it. That's all. That's how I feel about it now. If we get another chapter to it, we'll come back and revisit, honey. But that is it. That is all. Now, we got the update on the talk. They done went down to the hiatus. Listen, I feel like I'm just repeating what everybody else said, because Tabitha said it. Funky Anita even said it on his feed today. Listen. Why the fuck everybody got to go home because Sharon Osbourne decided to act a fool? Why everybody got to stay home from work? Why the cameraman, the showrunners, the producers, the other co-hosts, why everybody got to be punished because Sharon Osbourne is an idiot? That's why I don't understand. Why they can't send her home for a couple of days, let the rest of the show run, and then see if she coming back or not? I don't understand why the whole show got to be in hiatus. Because she acted a damn fool. Ain't nobody else act a fool up on that stage but her. Ain't nobody else up there act like they didn't understand racism but her. Ain't nobody else up there act like they didn't understand what Piers Morgan did was racist but her. Everybody else understood clearly what was going on. So why the fuck everybody got to stay home? I don't understand. Not what would Kirk say. You stupid. Cameron said his teacher did that, escorted them all to the front office, honey, when he was in 7th grade. Child. I could see this being more looking into Cheryl and not so much Sharon. I'm going to say this. I would agree with that if Cheryl had lost her temper, but she didn't. I don't think that Cheryl, and I mean, that don't mean it won't happen. But if Cheryl had lost her temper, then I could say, yeah, she done gave him an in. But she didn't. She didn't lose her temper. She really made Sharon look stupid, honestly. At the end of it all, Sharon Osbourne looked like a damn fool. Brandon, no, because this is still white America, and she sat there with her white woman privilege. So no, and also let's be clear too. I mean, as far as black guests not wanting to talk to her, they're gonna go find the Terry Cruzes of the world, that'll come in and have a great conversation and tell her, I didn't think what you did was so bad, Sharon. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna find, yeah. As much as I would love to think that there's going to be a consequence to her behavior, yes, not. I'm sorry, Dominique. Welcome. Hey, give me shelter. Because you sit around silently with fools. When you read, the fools get exposed. Right. Well, Alika, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not saying you're wrong, because when you know in Trump's America, and let's be clear, we are still living in Trump's America. In Trump's America, I don't put nothing past nobody. But I just think that public sentiment is with Cheryl on this. And Cheryl didn't give them what they would need. That doesn't mean they won't try, though. That doesn't mean they won't try. Exactly. White women's tears are more powerful than black pain. You better say it again, Jamila. You better say it again. I'm gonna say this though: the same amount of people that's complaining online need to be sending CBS emails. I've already sent mine. Have you? I mean, the same people that's complaining, and I'm not talking about, I ain't saying the people in this chat, I'm just saying in general, need to be sending CBS them emails. You know, here's the thing. It's all about money. It's all about the advertisers. So even more important than sending CBS an email is that you send the advertisers that advertise on the talk emails. Remember that happened to Rush Limbaugh. Remember that happened to, what's the other guy's name that got off of Fox? The other guy. He's written a bunch of books. Oh, shoot. I can see his face, but I can't think of his name right now. El Teddy probably know who I'm talking about. But they went after the advertisers. And the advertisers said, we are no longer going to advertise on this person's show. And that is how they lost their job. They didn't lose their job because people went after Fox. Not Imus, but Imus too. But not Imus. He was on Fox up until recently, up until like maybe 4 or 5 years ago. He's got a podcast now. He got let go. They found out that Fox paid for his mistress to have an abortion. Bill O'Reilly. Yep, thank you. Bill O'Reilly. Thank you. Yeah. So the same thing happened with him. It wasn't Fox News that said, oh, we need to get rid of him, he's a liability. People went after his advertisers. People wrote the advertisers and said, as long as you keep advertising on this man's show, I will no longer be watching the show. And that is how they dropped him. And so that's what people need to do with CBS. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I have not reached out to the advertisers because actually I just remembered that as I was sitting here talking to y'all. But I did send an email to CBS. I've also sent an email about Meghan McCain, and it don't seem to be doing nothing over to The View. But anyway. But yeah, you find out who's advertising on the talk, and you go after them. Send them, let them get 20, 30, 40, 50,000 emails. There'll be another conversation about Sharon Osbourne. But as long as, because y'all know what they're doing, we're going to take the show off the air for a couple of weeks, and then we're going to come back. We're going to do a 5-minute PSA at the beginning of the episode about what we learned about racism, and we're going to move on with our day. That's what that is. And we're all supposed to forget, and we're supposed to move on. Let's be clear. I ain't never watched The Talk, so I ain't losing nothing. I liked Holly Robinson, and when she was on that first season, I tried to give her a little bit of a click in the view. But after they fired her, I definitely ain't watching no more, because that's my girl. I love Holly Robinson like I love me some Whoopi, and y'all know how I feel about Whoopi Goldberg. Y'all know how I feel about Whoopi. I've been following Holly Robinson since 21 Jump Street days, and if y'all don't know 21 Jump Street, then you can't play in my sandbox, okay? Well, Cameron, that's a little bit different with the Real House, because again, we're dealing with okay. The answer is you probably could. Would it be successful? Probably not. That's different. If we're talking about a reality show and you not liking a personality because you think she's sneaky or whatever, that's a little different than someone who's, did what Sharon Osbourne did. Right. Not only the discrimination, but also the sexual misconduct of Moonves, Julie Chen's husband. Yep, Johnny Depp was on there. Dom DeLuise's son, Holly Robinson Pete. Yeah. Oh, well, you know what, Cameron? I thought you were serious. I'm sorry, baby. You was joking. My bad. Yeah, she said Holly Robinson was ghetto, and I'm thinking to myself, girl, if you think Holly Robinson is ghetto, you clearly have no concept of the word. And that's no disrespect to Holly Robinson. And don't get me wrong, Holly Robinson can be very ethnic, but I don't know about ghetto. And those are two different things. She said that when it happened. Now, I'll be honest with you. Now, Holly Robinson has never bit her tongue about who got her fired and why she was fired from the talk. Just nobody listened. And again, because I follow Holly Robinson and because we friends in my mind, I'm on all her social media platforms. Listen, me and Holly Robinson have had, and I'm not bullshitting when I say this. We've had DM conversations. I have talked to Holly Robinson in her DMs, and she has responded. Okay. We are friends in my head. Okay. But no, seriously. Because she was coming to DC for an event, and I was going to come, Autism Speaks event, and I was going to come. I was going to come and get her to sign my book, and I ended up not being able to make it. Although I don't know if I really would have Holly and I are on the same not ghetto at all team. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's a difference between ghetto and ethnic. Like, if you are calling Holly Robinson Pete ghetto, you clearly have the bar set really, really high for what you think ghetto is. Yeah, I ain't even really need to spend that much time on it. Anyway, I'm just giving y'all an update on what happened down to the talk. Now, El Teddy, I'm glad you are still in the chat, because here's one for you, boo. Your baby, your girl. Now, if I love me some Whoopi Goldberg, El Teddy loves this woman, okay? If I love me some Whoopi Goldberg, El Teddy loves this woman to death. Nita Baker. Nita Baker said that she is fighting to try to get her master's, and she is asking all of her fans to please stop downloading and streaming her music, because she is not getting paid what she should get paid. And she is asking for her fans to stop streaming her music. Now, I guess she figured it worked for Dave Chappelle. Maybe it'll work for me. I guess she's trying, honey. She said it worked for Dave Chappelle, honey, so I'm hoping it worked for me. But she is asking for her fans to stop streaming her stuff. I don't think I've ever called you ghetto, El Teddy. I've called you a lot of things, but I don't think ghetto is ever a word I've called you. I think I've called you a snob. I think I've done the opposite of calling you ghetto. I'm just saying. If you already own Angel, you're fine. She's asking people to not download and stream the like if you already, like, for somebody like a El Teddy that probably already has her whole collection already, yeah, you're good. But she's saying, please don't run out down to the iTunes and download Angel if you ain't already got it, because she's fighting to get her master's and she's not making the kind of money. Because remember, she got into that. Remember, her husband somehow or another got on her paperwork and he's making money off of her music. I'm like, it's a mess, child. It's a mess. Yeah, if you already got the music, that's one thing. She's asking people to not go out and get new stuff. You'll stop for Anita. Yeah, that's what she's asking people, honey. She is asking people to please stop. That is what she's asking y'all to do. Mm-hmm. No stream Anita, no problem. I got all the CDs on my iPad. Right. You see what I'm saying? Like, listen, I already got it. So I'm good to go. Okay. I'm from the D. Anita is rude as fuck. So forget her. Makes me want to stream it more because of fight. Now, I'm going to be honest. I've heard that about Anita Baker. Now, I'll be honest. You're not the first person that I've heard say that Anita Baker is rude. She's rude to her fans. I've heard that. I've heard that. That is what I have heard. That is what I have heard. Yo, Teddy probably got all of the above. He probably got it on cassette, CD, tape. He probably got all of the above, child. He love him some Nita. Bab said, I don't need it to be nice. Just sing my songs. So that's what I had to say about the Nita. I just wanted to tell y'all that. I want to give y'all that PSA that Nita said, please stop downloading her music and streaming it because she's not getting paid off of it. Okay, that's what she has said. Her songs aren't rude, her toad isn't rude, and neither is that sickening melody. I know that's right. Is Anita actually retired? She keeps saying she's retiring, but she probably still performing because she has to. If she ain't making no money off her music, what people don't understand is that's how artists make their money. They make their money by touring. And if she's not touring, if she didn't, she ain't got a sickening retirement plan or invest her money well or whatever, or doesn't have some sort of residual income from her music, she might not be able to afford to retire. She might have thought she could. When she said she was retiring, maybe she thought she had herself set up. And, maybe she invested with Bernie Madoff. I don't know. I don't know, child. But that is what Nita has said. Nita said that. That's what Nita has said. All right, y'all. We got to, let's see. We're going to talk about give Nita her masters. I know that's the right lady of virtue. Get Nita her masters, child. All right, y'all. Let's talk about some of this TV. Let's get into some of the TV shows. Oh, that was earlier today. I was trying to remember because I was like, I feel like I already talked about the Bell Collective, but that was earlier today. Hold on. Let me see here. I'll start with the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I'll start with the Real Housewives of Atlanta. So last night was Cynthia's wedding. Now listen, Ebby, y'all, and El Teddy, check y'all email if y'all can. Y'all can come on through. We can talk a little TV talk. Yeah, we had already cussed Marie out earlier today. Okay, I knew I had already done it. I just can't remember where I did it, where I had did it at. Let me say this to y'all. I said it then. I'm saying it now, and I stand in what I said. Cynthia was selfish as fuck for having that damn wedding in the middle of a pandemic with 200 damn people. I said it, and I don't care. She talking about something. We put all the COVID protocols in place. You know, the best protocol, the best COVID protocol for you to put in place would have been don't have large gatherings. How about that was the first on the list? The first on the list of COVID protocols was don't gather in large groups. I think a 200-person wedding plus all of the servers, photographers, cameramen, all of the other stuff that goes into a wedding, to me, is the ultimate selfish. I get it. We all, well, the majority of us, we want our wedding day to be nice. I get it. But you know who else had to sacrifice this year during COVID? Graduates on all levels. kids starting school. My nephew was supposed to start school in the fall. Guess what he didn't do? Start school. Graduates from high school, graduates from college, graduates from law school, medical school, any other graduate program. My niece got her MBA. We couldn't have no graduation. All of that, all of those people sacrificed. All of those people sacrificed. So you're not the only person that didn't get what you wanted, Cynthia. And for you to move forward, even after people were telling you not to move forward, it's this damn respectful. You ready? Give me the thumbs up. Is that you ready or not?
Yeah, I'm ready. No, because I'd already closed it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Right. People couldn't go to funerals. We couldn't say goodbye to our loved ones. I went to a Zoom memorial yesterday for a friend of mine who died from college. And we had a Zoom memorial. Okay? I'm sure we would have rather to be in person and have that conversation, pour a little drink out for the homie and have that in person. But we couldn't do it. We had to do it over Zoom. So, Cynthia, I get it. But you're not the only one. You're not the only bride that had to sacrifice this year. Hey, y'all. You giving us realness today, I see.
Yeah, I went ahead and, detangled, deep conditioned, all that good jazz. So, yeah.
Okay. So you letting it grow out just to have it like that? Or are you doing so you're going to lock it? You're going to twist it?
I'm just
doing the thing?
I'm just growing my hair. The only thing is because of all this COVIDness, I really want to get my hair braided, but I'm not trying to be in no enclosed space and everything. So right now it's just me wearing my hair in different natural states that I can do because I don't really do hair.
Right. Oh, I understand. I mean,
I don't do hair either. Why do you think my hair is blue right now?
Yeah, so as far as I'm concerned, that was just selfish. I mean, we've already had this conversation back when it hit the news about Cynthia and her wedding. But anybody have anything to add or feel differently about Cynthia and her wedding?
No, she was stupid. And when her husband told her, I will marry you anywhere under a bridge, on the sofa, it don't matter. I would have married that nigga the next day. You hear me? The very next day in my mama's living room, and I would have had my mama do the ceremony because she can. The hell,
right? Yeah.
All that. I mean, was she selfish? Yes, but that all that really was is I need something for this show because I'm like many people believe that she wasn't supposed to come back, and they probably brought her back because Nene didn't come back, and she needed to push this damn storyline. I think that's really all it was.
I agree 100% that she did not get her peach originally, that she got a contract after Nene was let go. I believe that one because I think what the rumor was that she was reduced to a friend of the show. And I believe that. And I agree with you 100% on that. But I also think there was a level of do-over in Cynthia because she kept saying it about her first wedding. I think there was a level of I want to get a do-over. But okay, I agree.
But she could have did what Mike said. We just get married on a day, and when this chaos is over, we can do the big old lavish thing.
Right. But I think she had her mindset on I agree with what you're saying though, y'all. I agree.
All I'm saying is this, because I said I forget where I said it might have been on my review. But the fact that she is trying to get her money out of Peter, now let me say, if somebody owe you money, get your money. But the fact that it's being publicized and all this other stuff, and allegedly he had more time to pay her back and all this other stuff, I wouldn't be surprised if now that is over, this is going to be her last storyline before we get to the reunion. But we shall see.
She ain't got no storyline.
First of all, give me shelter. You wrong. She said a wedding under the bridge. Well, hell, Ashley Darby's mom could officiate it because that is where she lives.
You didn't have to do that. That's where her mama live at. Jesus.
Well, Give Me Shelter just read Sheila all the way down to the jail.
Oh my God.
I mean, there's nothing left. There's nothing left there. Hey, So yeah, I agree with you on that. Now let's talk about, because it wasn't a whole lot there last night, but let's talk about the one night in Nice party where Latoya showed her whole ass. Listen, Toya is one of them people. I'm gonna put her on the same list as I have Letitia on. She's one of them people that I don't want her with me when it's time to tell a story, because she's gonna tell your story. She threw in Kenya, she threw in Portia's divorce, she threw everybody in there, and then she told Kenya's listen, and y'all know I don't see it for Kenya for a lot of things and a lot of reasons, but if Kenya whoop her ass next week, she will be perfectly entitled. How you go around telling people that you know don't fuck with me my private, intimate business about my divorce with my husband? The fuck?
I just want to say this real quick because this came up in our panel chat. I really hate to do this, but in Basketball Wives news, Evelyn Lozada, I'll be not say her name correct, tweeted that 2 more episodes, including tomorrow, no reunion. Just wanted to put that out there.
No reunion. That's interesting. They're not even gonna do a virtual reunion.
Okay.
Wow.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna check my pockets to see if I care later. Because right now I ain't get it.
Also, what were you talking about? I really did not mean to cut you off, but I saw that. I
saw your face. I saw your face pop up like that. I saw it.
Oh, hey.
Hi, friend.
First of all, shouts out to El Teddy for giving a whole college level course today on the live. I was mad that I couldn't stay because I had to go to this stinking ass conference call, which could have been a goddamn email, stupid bitches. Do you know what? It's fun to get angry.
I did what I did last year, really be, but it was a little more.
It was a lot more in depth.
And a lot more in depth, and because I could show my phone screen on camera and you could follow along, it made it a lot.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. I have to go back and look at it because I saw you go live, but I had class, and so I was like, well, I have to wait until I have time to watch the whole thing at one time, because when it comes to those types of things, I'm a little remedial, so I need my
right. And it is for that. It's for people who on listen. I can't do all that. Big time.
Wait a minute. The reunion got canceled. Oh, that's not good. If they canceled the whole reunion, that's not good.
Who's reunion?
Basketball
Wives.
If the reunion got canceled, that's not good at all. Yeah, I'm with you, Kevin. It sounds like the show is on life support. Yep, that's what that sounds.
Leads us to believe that the show itself is finito.
That's what it sounds like to me. Only 2 more episodes and no reunion.
And I'm okay with that.
Oh, I'm here for it. Y'all already know how I feel about the whole damn thing. So.
And I hope we don't get Houston. I hope they trash Basketball Wives Houston too. Don't give us nothing else from Shawnee Nostrils O'Neal. We don't want it. We don't see it for them. Let it be done.
I think collectively as a human species, we're all in agreement that this should have happened.
Oh, well, but it's the bush. Yes. Oh, we're with the bush shy.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Right. So Latoya told all of Kenya's business down to the one night in Nice party. According to the previews, Kenya gonna confront that Marlo went back and snitched, and Kenya gonna confront her. But how you feel about that went down? I mean, are me and you the only ones that look at Atlanta, y'all?
I don't know if anybody else has, but in watching it, like so many different thoughts and emotions went through me in watching it. Because one, I'm like, okay, you're truly a pick me. Number one. Number two, you can't stand by yourself alone. And with the way that she did this, and I'm about to get into, I hope they bring her back next season just so they can go ahead and demolish her. But with all of that, it's like if someone is, I don't know if anybody on the show is truly her quote unquote friend, but if you have an acquaintanceship with someone, why are you telling their business? And I want to bridge this also to say, I love Candy, but fuck her too in this instance. Because when she sat down with with Latoya, she low-key threw out business that even though Latoya knew, you didn't know that she knew. So why you telling your friend business, but we're gonna leave Candy alone?
But Candy been doing that for years. Candy has gotten a pass for years, and she be giving up information on people all the time. She's gotten away with that for years on a whole lot of people. But I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm gonna leave it alone.
But I'm just saying, but you tell that, and it's just like, I don't know if she has a filter or not, because it's just like you telling all the business. And here's the messed up part on some and on some real stuff. Portia and Drew don't see it for Kenya. When first and foremost, why are you going to her enemies telling her business? But when those two tell you, like, hold on, you probably shouldn't even be telling us that lets you know you done went too far. And then Portia, even though she didn't say it in the scene, she said in her confessional, thanks for the ammo. I'm not mad at Portia for that. Like, oh, if you gave it to me,
right, you gonna give it to me freely.
Put it in my back pocket.
Because that's the reality of the situation. When your enemies have to say, or when the enemies of the person you're talking about has to say, wait a minute, whoa, maybe you shouldn't say that. But let me say something. I wasn't mad at Candy with that. I was mad at Candy with the whole, she engaged in a whole nother conversation once again with people who weren't at the damn bachelorette party. Miss what happens here stays here, and you confirming shit. What is wrong with you?
But that's Candy's MO. Candy has done that for years. She listen, and I'm not a Candy hater, but I ain't no Candy apologist. Going all the way back to the first season, Candy has always been a bone carrier, but people see it for Candy and they just make exceptions for her. I don't understand it, but who am I? Candy is
somebody
the
with some sense.
I mean, one thing that I will give Candy, not with everything, but with some of what was being discussed, she only indulged if somebody had already said something. Now, I don't know why she told Don Juan immediately when they came back, because it's just like, why are you doing this on camera? Mind you. But even in this episode, when Kenya or Cynthia said a little something, it's like, okay, well, since y'all already said it on camera, I guess I'll give a little bit. But I don't like that she's sitting here, sprinkling a little bit, and then I'm not going to say no more. Like, just say it or not say nothing at all.
Right, exactly. At that point, you might as well go on and say it. I mean, the hell. But that irritated me. That irritated me because I was like, and then for Kenya, and you see how Kenya set her up talking about thank you for having my back and defending me. And basically she told her, and if you try to backtrack on it later, I got you on camera now. That's basically what that was. But that's pretty much all that happened on last night's episode. I mean, we got the dentist conversation with Portia, but don't nobody care.
Don't nobody care. Don't nobody care. Don't nobody. I'm sorry.
Did you start? That is a beast.
Nobody.
Because my thing is, they clearly. It's almost like they're in two totally different relationships. Like that conversation at the end of the episode was so freaking awkward because I was really like,
it was awkward because they're both talking about two different things. Because Dennis is literally talking about, in essence, what the hell you were doing in wherever the hell they went. But then you got her thinking it's something else, like him and it was, I don't know. Plus, I just laughed the whole time at how Dennis was looking at her, just like, really? Just very disinterested, like, what's next?
Right, because I feel like, because that's why I said it feels like it's two different things going on, because it sounds like Portia was like, I don't know, it sounds like Portia's doing that. I don't want to be with you, but I still want the benefits of being with you. And I don't even mean sexually. I mean, like, about money and all that. Because like he said, she was like, well, I was uncomfortable with the fact that you were living with me, but you still had your house. He was like, yeah, because every time you got mad, you put me out. I can't I'm not going to keep doing that. And I was like, so you can't be mad at that man. Because I remember that last season, he said that he was living with them until she put him out.
Okay, I'm gonna keep it all the way 1,000. Unless we didn't got married, I ain't giving up shit. And even if we do get married, I'm gonna just turn what I was living into a rental property. I ain't finna get because
I agree with you 100%. I
No,
agree with 100%.
and I just want to let him.
I agree with you on that one too,
Oh,
Xavier.
wait.
Dennis was looking a little tasty last night. He had the glow up. He looked
So
like he
anyway,
lost a little weight. He looked like he lost a little weight.
Wait,
Yeah, I
y'all
agree.
put they cute in the same sentence? I'm confused. I am confusion for real.
before we move on, I do just want to say to people watching, especially the Gen Y, especially the Gen Z, no one understands a couple things in this life that really don't depreciate that much in value, and if it does, it's still a good commodity to have. Gold and land are two things. I don't know what it is, but with African Americans, we seem to want to just sit here and sell land, sell business. Like, keep the land. Like, that is because I'm just being that because I've heard whispers in my family of somebody having land in Mississippi they trying to get rid of, and they just like, like, why are you getting rid of it?
Don't turn it
Because
into
they
a
can't.
property.
Because they can't take it into the Louis Vuitton store and get a purse. That's why.
Right.
I'm just saying. So I mean, if y'all got some land, because I'm just saying, like, you got people that own land, like the building might be decapitated and everything else, but they're not selling it because it's worth money. And trust, if somebody try to buy it from you, no one understands they are giving you the least amount because it's probably worth more. And if they are willing to buy it, yeah, it's some money. I just want to say that. Because even
rental property, I told you, do an Airbnb because you're gonna make more money that way. And you ain't got to worry about it being too toe up.
That's it.
All right, well, that was that. Okay, so I got to figure out who does what on this panel. So all four of us look at.
I do it all. Ooh.
Look at what?
All four of us watch Bell Collective, right?
I do.
Yes.
Who watches Married to Medicine? Just me and you, y'all?
I watch it, yes.
But El Teddy and Abby don't watch it, right?
I'll sit here and eat my snacks. I'm here for it.
Okay, no, I'm just trying to figure out because I ain't gonna be here too much longer, so I'm just trying to get it all in order.
You got 10 more minutes out of me before I have to,
That's what I was gonna say, and I'm only going to listen. It ain't gonna be but 2 more minutes. Okay, well, let's do Married to Medicine, and then I can always double back because we sort of already talked about Bell Collective earlier on Abby's channel, so we cuss Marie out over on. Let me just ask you this, y'all. At the end of the episode, when Marie apologized, how sway?
You said Marie apologized?
Remember,
when Latrice.
I'm sorry, when Latrice apologized. How sway?
Okay, I feel one or two things on that. Either, well, one, her doing it, I feel that it's very big of her to do that, where she's like, you know what, let me just go ahead and do this. So at least I know that I've tried. But I feel production told her, get your ass over there and apologize so we can wrap this thing up because we don't know we're going to get a second season. So let's wrap this thing up in a nice little bow. That's what I think that was. But let Marie tell it because she had got up under Niecy Dixon's tweet saying that she apologized for something that was done off camera, and apparently they were talking about her before she came into one event, blah blah blah. It was production in my mind.
Yeah, we'll see. I was
having. But Marie, you a liar and you like to show your ass, so why would we believe you?
Right.
You a lie and the truth ain't do.
Right. I like the fact that we're getting a reunion. So we'll see down to the reunion.
It's like they finna talk about everything.
Speaking of somebody who did need a reunion.
In the season. I'm telling you.
What'd you say, Elton?
I said the reunion gonna end up being better than the season.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like, child. It looked like it. All right. So let's go. Let me because that was really all that I cared about on that episode. Other than Letitia can't go nowhere with me and be my friend.
Because you didn't care about Tambra's ovaries and her eggs and her.
I don't care.
Oh, I just want to say one thing. In the event that Carlos King see this, sir, make sure that when y'all writing these scripts and whatnot, please make sure that everybody does a thorough read. Y'all do a table read and make sure they got their lines together because this whole proposal, reproposal, and it being irritating.
Exactly. Which one it is. They slip. It was a lot of slip ups.
I ain't like that.
It was a lot of slip ups. They ain't married. You cannot make me believe that they're married at this point. I'm just saying.
Well, I'm gonna say this. The last thing I'm going to say about Bell Collector, and then we're going to talk a little bit about Married to Med. Letitia can't go nowhere with me, because if me and Abby, we cool and I'm married, but I walk into an event with another man, Abby better not blink like it ain't right.
First of all, set the scene. So we at a Black Love event. I'm here with my boo thing and everything is Black Love. And this fool walk in with a nigga that is not her husband, and she ain't giving me no heads up. Now I want you to look at my face so you can understand how I'm gonna look at her when she walk in.
Hey, you're gonna give me the look, and I'm gonna immediately look at homeboy. I'll be like, homeboy, you in the right place? Because I don't know you.
See, he's Letitia. Listen, telling your business just that quick. El Teddy is Letitia.
Okay,
I'm looking you dead in the eye without blinking.
El
Like
Teddy
this.
can't hang with me either, because he gonna tell all my damn business. What
Okay,
you
but
no, I ain't even.
And then you gonna see me pull back like this and be like,
right. That's what Abby gonna do. Abby gonna give me a.
I'm just gonna be like, hey, you in the right place, sir? Because
see, El Teddy gonna blow up the spot.
That's too much. That's too much.
Oh, see, that's too much.
That's too much. Don't be asking.
I need to make
sure. With me. If he walked in with me, he's in the right place. That's too much.
Y'all could have just met outside, which is okay too.
They walked in holding hands, El Teddy. They walked in holding hands.
If you fast like this, you'll be holding hands.
And him.
I bet you outside and fast coming inside. I'm just saying.
I'm done. El Teddy is gonna blow up the spot.
I'm about to say, you can't hang with us, El Teddy. You gonna blow up the spot.
Listen, this could be my side piece, my nigga. And then
I feel like you would have texted me to say, listen, I'm bringing.
It doesn't matter. It does not matter whether I gave you the heads up or not. You supposed to roll with what the fuck is going on. You ask me questions later.
Right.
You don't blow
I would immediately be texting you. I'm looking at you without blinking as I text you.
Right. You either hit me with a good text under the table, or you either hit me with a good text under the table.
First of all, I'm gonna look at you and be like,
but listen, blowing up the spot would be if she was back hanging out with Cedric, and I was there and said, girl, who was that you was with last night in the company of Cedric? But here with the man, I'm just like, oh, hey, who are you?
No,
that's not what you said, El Teddy. You asked the man, was he in the right place? Was he lost?
That's the same thing. Are you in the right place?
No.
El Teddy going up the spot.
Okay, but can I say one thing though? In addition to that,
go ahead.
I can't invite Marie nowhere because how you gonna sit here and make my event about you?
Yes, we talked about that too.
No, that was Letitia did that.
That's what I meant, Letitia. My bad. Y'all know what
First of all, I would like the record to reflect that I now understand why Marie and Letitia are friends, because the ain't shitness goes together.
Both ways.
I kept trying to figure out why is Letitia upholding Marie every time she's wrong, and she don't never call her friend on her bullshit, because she the same messy bitch. That's why.
Don't blame Letitia. It was the bad writing of the writers, because they said this is the last event of the season, and the Ferris Street Project is our big overarching storyline for the season.
That's not even what I'm talking about, though.
Never a good thing anyway. So we might as well do it at this event and tear it up anyway.
But you know, if she wanted to do that, she could have been like, hey, ladies, can we all congregate over here away from everybody? Can we go outside? I just want to say something to y'all, rather than saying in front of everybody.
Because there are people there that don't even know what a Fair Street Project is and don't know who she is. So why is she making this girl?
Right. So last but not least, we only got y'all for like 1 minute. So give me your Married to Medicine, and I'll jump on. I'll let you talk, and then I'll just jump on.
I want to say I want to give just one hand clap, because that's all Toya's gonna get for removing her children from that one school and putting them in the school with other African Americans. But my thing is, and you putting them in a school with predominantly European Americans, you should have known that they weren't gonna get a whole lot of what they needed from those teachers and from those students. One, Jackie, though I love you down, fuck you, because you're doing too much. Like you want it. Now I don't like Simone. I can't stand Simone, but you wanted her to have your back with, I guess the girl name was Duffy, when you were all the way in the wrong. So you want somebody to sit here and stand up with you in your BS. What you need is a friend that's going to support you, but not stand by you in the mess because you were wrong.
She was wrong. Jackie was 100% wrong.
And you want her to kiss your fourth point of contact, and that's not going to happen. And for you to be so upset that you wasn't invited to that young man's, graduation party, well, because you did not put forth the steps to reconcile this relationship that you broke is a problem. But I also want to say to Jackie, staying on Jackie, for you to sit here and try to quantify friendships, you've been friends with this woman way longer than Heavily, and to say they're both on the same level,
yeah, that
was to be complete and utter bull. And not just that, for you to, even though they not talking, her and Simone, for you to sit there and have your friend Heavily talk down on this woman and her husband in front of you, and you not say nothing in the moment, I can't do it. That's all I got.
Can I interject real fast about this show?
Yeah.
This show and some other shows, whenever Socrates talk about these things for 3.5 seconds, I'd be really wanting to watch. I'd be like, oh, he be going in. Oh, that looks good. But then after the 3.5 seconds, I'd be like, yeah, let's rethink that.
All right, I'll be tired and drained.
Thank you so much for having me, but I need to jump on over.
No, I appreciate it
because I don't want to show up on time or be late because that ain't me.
Right. Well, we're gonna wrap this up in a few minutes, and when we wrap this up, y'all head on over to Scotty's, and y'all can catch y'all and the rest of the panel talking about all the shows. But thank you so much, y'all, for coming on. Yeah, we're gonna wrap this up in a few minutes because y'all don't look at Married to Med. So all I'm gonna say about Married to Med, y'all, is this. I disagree somewhat with Socrates. I understand what he's saying about not being invited to the graduation situation, but I also feel like you've been friends with somebody that this woman gave birth to that boy. Y'all been friends for the last 20 years minus the last 6 or 7 months that y'all had this tiff. The boy graduated from high school. You could have invited the boy to the graduation party. You could have invited that woman to the graduation party. She gave birth to the boy, for God's sake. I just thought you could have invited her. That's just me.
I am confusion because I feel like there's a relationship situation that I.
Well, I mean, they stopped being friends. They stopped being friends. But I'm just saying, you've been friends with this woman to the point where you trusted her to deliver your child.
That's what I'm saying. She delivered, like that was her OBGYN, or that was.
Well, they were friends before. They were friends, and both of them are OBGYNs. So when she got pregnant, she went to her friend who's an OBGYN. Got you. So they were friends before. And
you
so
said she had her baby. I thought you meant like her
surrogate.
My bad.
Right.
My bad. Words mean things. My bad.
She delivered the baby. Okay.
She delivered the baby. My bad. Yeah.
So you ain't invited because y'all. Oh, that's rude.
Right. I feel like she could have invited that woman to the damn graduation party.
I don't care who the fuck I'm mad at. This baby need gifts and monies to get to college. I'm inviting everyone. Everyone.
I mean, that's not quite why I said it, but go for it.
Sorry. That bad.
I mean, if it means anything, I'm dealing with a family member who her daughter, and me and this family member, she's 3 years younger than me. And we've been real close, and we've kind of over the last year or so had a tiff. She didn't even invite me to her daughter's graduation. And mind you, I helped her her daughter get into the school that she's graduating from.
People
do too much. I think
but if this picture really be, she invited my children.
Okay, that was just out of
Okay, she was just being petty.
Yeah, she was just being funny.
Oh, my family is ultra petty.
I just feel like, again, be mad at me tomorrow, but sometimes things are bigger than us. And that, to me, that was a situation where this is bigger than us. This is bigger than us. This is about, outside of the gifts, but this is about someone who has been a part of this child's life, their whole life. Me and you, it ain't like we fell out 5 years ago. We fell out 6 months ago. Okay? 6 months ago. Girl, get your ass over here. Come on down to this outdoor virtual.
I understand that though, but if it's 6 months ago, it might be a little too fresh. You might need to give me a year or so before I could be like, girl, come on.
But it's not about you though. It's not about you. It's about him. See, that's one of those
trigger me.
But to me, that's one of those situations where you have to separate yourself. It's not about you. It's about the child. It's about him.
Did he come and ask her was the lady coming?
I don't know. They didn't show all that on camera. I don't know.
No, because I asked that because if he maybe said, "Hey, mom,
is Miss Such and So coming to the party?"
Then I think, yeah, you probably should invite her and put it aside.
His gay children, Xavier, not biological children. His gay children.
If you're young enough, Xavier, my children said I could open up applications again to push out another child. Actually, they said don't have no more damn children.
I was getting ready to say, I don't. The one that I met, I know he ain't say that shit.
Oh, they are very protected. They don't play them games. They be like,
Yeah, I know the one. Like I said, the one that I met, I know he ain't say that shit. Now I ain't met all your churn, but the one I met, I know he ain't say that shit.
Why you say you know he ain't say that?
Because I just don't see him saying that it's okay to open up application.
Big head, but that's the oldest too. That's the oldest one.
Yeah, but I mean, that's a minute thing. But I'm just saying, for me, that's one of those things for me that I would be like, I don't know.
Let me ask you a question, Really B.
What's up?
It's TV related though.
Okay, what's up?
How are you gonna feel looking towards? What's today? Monday. Looking toward tomorrow. How are you about to deal with the fact that you about to have this whole marriage that you do not agree with at all?
Okay, let me be clear. Hold on. Okay. He done switched gears. He done went to Queen Sugar. So let me just say this.
She had her feelings about it. Jesus, fix it, God. Oh God.
No, it's not. I'm trying to because here's the thing. It's not that I don't agree.
Yeah, it is that you don't agree. It is.
Just like that you gotta keep thinking.
But it is that you don't agree. Boo-boo. It is.
I mean, I'll review it. I mean, I'm gonna talk about it, you know.
And you know what? It don't bother me like that. Like, I'd rather see them be happy. And you know, I don't see, now the one that I don't see it for is White Boy Cop and Nova. I don't want no parts of that. I don't even call him by name. He will always be White Boy Cop, and I'll be glad when they break up. Now that's the relationship that I'll be like, I'm not here for this shit.
My thing is this: if this is the thing, I'm just not sold on the love story. I know that they're trying to sell me on the love story. I know that they're trying to give me this whole love story. I'm just not sold on the love story. You understand what I'm saying?
You don't like whores. I don't know how we became friends because you don't like whores. See, I should be cool. There's qualities in whores.
You know what? Oh my God, I need to learn how to start editing because that is a sound bite if I ever have one. I don't know how we became friends because you don't like
whores.
Just saying.
I can't.
They're already inequality in us whores.
Right, that's what I'm saying, Pacino. Some people are buying the love story. I can't. Let me tell you something. I was there the first time. I was with them the first time. They lost me in the breakup, and I just haven't. But I was with them the first time when she
got you on the wrong page with her. I know exactly what got most people on the wrong page with her. When that damn mama came, that's when most people got turned right on off the daughter. When that mama came and all that went on with the mama and stuff, people were like, nope, not here for it. Absolutely not. And that is when most people just turned the page on Darla, was like, nope, not doing her. Nope. Fuck that whore.
I don't know. I don't know, y'all. I'm working on it though. I mean, clearly I'm going to review it tomorrow. Clearly we'll talk about it, but I don't know.
I love when they do things down like, because then I get to go in. Because you let Nova and White Boy Cop get married. Baby, y'all might as well look forward to it.
They ain't getting married because let me tell you something. I don't trust that daughter as far as I can see her ass. She got something for them. She got something for them. Oh, and let me say this. My mama did get caught up on Queen Sugar. And my mama, we talked yesterday, and my mama said that she did feel like Charlie should have apologized to the boy about saying he was just like his daddy. She said, but all of that he grown shit, no. As long as you under my house, you will follow my rules and you don't get to be grown and while I'm paying the bills. But she did feel like Charlie was wrong for saying to him, you just like your daddy. And she said she also felt like Charlie jumped to conclusions because the boy never said he was going to the party. She said,
Yeah,
that's probably exactly what he meant, but that's not what he said. But she did feel like that whole I'm grown. I said, yeah, Mom, but the I'm grown came before the rest of the argument. She said, well, the rest of the argument wouldn't have happened because when he said he was grown, I said, that was my whole point. My whole point was it would have never got to the I'm grown part because the minute he started talking about, it would have never got to the you just like your daddy. Because the minute I started talking about I was grown, my mama would have shown me how grown I was. That's all I'm saying. So she did agree with me on that. So we split the middle, but she agreed it would have never got to that because she would have told me off the break, oh, you grown? Okay, watch this.
Micah need to learn. You're right. I ain't gonna do like I did. I ain't gonna disrespect it. Hey, Dad, send me some money. I'll be at the Airbnb in the hotel.
And that's exactly what it is. Like, I'm sure he got credit cards. I'm sure he got money in the bank. So she
his dad could send him some money. His dad got money.
It wasn't like he would have been homeless. But right. No, you're not coming up in here, bruh. As long as you don't understand that there are rules and you are not grown, as long as you think you're grown, let me explain something to you, sir.
I think that's a misnomer by people say you're not grown. People are grown, but grown people have to be subject to rules of that household if it's not theirs. That's because it doesn't matter if it was her child or somebody else that she was allowing to live there. She still has rules that she'd be like, we ain't having that over here now. If you want to do all of that, you need to go ahead and have your own.
Right. Now let's get back to Married to Medicine real quick, and then I'm going to get off here because it's been an hour and a half. So that had happened, and I did agree with Yarrell about Toya taking her kids out of the white school, putting them into a school that's more diverse. My problem, though, was then she going to throw it in their face talking about something. Now, this school costs $25,000. Don't make me waste my money. To me, that's an adult conversation that kids don't need to have a part of. I don't like that. That's me.
Just in case, you think you want to come in here and act a fool. I really want you to understand. This is not for play. Don't mess over my motherfucking money. Or you're going to have to see me.
I understand that because, my parents used to say that to me all the time. Let me act a fool. My father would be like, am I paying for this? Let me come home with some improper grammar. Let me not know how to do something. My father would be like, and I'm paying for this. I'm paying for this. I'm like, yeah.
I would have very much been Claire Huxtable. You owe me $77,643.29, and I want my money now.
Now. Listen.
The numbers that bother me, and I want my money
now. Right. And then she's like, I'm not going anywhere. I'll take whatever she has, empty her pockets.
Right. Exactly. Like if she got $5.65, I want all.
I'll take that and I'll add it. I'll debit it off of your bill.
I'll start an Excel spreadsheet. Okay. I will start an Excel spreadsheet. Okay. Okay, so what else happened on last night's episode? Dr. Heavenly and Simone made up, but I feel like we've had that same conversation 20 times with Dr. Heavenly and Simone. Dr. Heavenly is one of those people that I could never be friends with because she's one of those people that will apologize and then turn around and do the exact fucking same thing. I can't do that. Change behavior is the best apology.
Listen, I've been preaching it.
I can't. We're not going to sit. You're not going to apologize to me for the same thing 4 times. We're not doing it.
Yes, Jackie in Malaysia, we're talking to you.
Oh, okay. Not Toya's mine.
Mine is leapfrog adjacent.
DC, I'm not. What up, Gina Bean? You just getting home from work, boo? Listen. So we have that. And then what else went down on last night? We had the graduation party. I don't think I'm going to like the new girl, y'all. I don't think I'm going to like the new girl. I don't know.
What she did?
So that's what she did. Now, you know, on these reality shows, whenever they bring the new girl on, what is the rule for the new girl? Sit back. If it's old shit from last season, stay the fuck
and
out.
ain't got shit nothing to
Ain't
do
got
with
shit to
you.
do with you.
Sit back and watch on and be like that.
Right. That is not what she did last week. The two when Toya got into it with Heavenly and Simone and them, she talking about something, but she, you know, she all up in the argument talking about something. Well, that's not what girl. What girl? What you?
Who asked you?
I don't care if you binge watched all 8 episodes before you came on the show. It still ain't had shit to do with you. Don't nobody know you.
That's true. You know what that would be like? That would be like if we added an 8th person to the Justice League, and they came into the group chat, and they some of the serious arguments that we had and tried to chime in. Y'all know how I be. Y'all already know.
We all would collectively turn and be like, "Who?"
Exactly.
And just that quick, you out. See how you see you?
That's what it would be. That's
you
what
was so close.
That's
you was
exactly what
so
it would
close.
Because that's what you don't get to do. You don't get to come in the middle. I don't care if me and Abby are going at each other's throats. If you weren't part of this, you don't get to come in the middle of it.
Sure don't.
Hi, Jaded, baby.
Jaded. I'm gonna say this right now in front of everybody. When are you gonna come back up here? It ain't gonna be today, but when are you coming back up here?
Jaded said he's not coming out.
Lane, I'm just saying.
He said, almost doesn't count.
Right, almost doesn't count. So, Jaded, you ain't got to answer me right now, but just so you know, you are on notice that we need you back on our panel. I don't care whose channel it is. We need to see you, sir. I've been over there in your bushes. I've been over there in your chats. So I know you're doing your thug thizzle over on your channel.
I was in Jaded's live the other day. I couldn't even type. I was laughing. So I hurt myself. My left lung was hurt. I had to exit the premises. He
had a really fun happy hour. What was it? Saturday night, Jaded? He had a members only happy hour. It was fun. We had a good time.
The members only happy hours be the best ones.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I'm getting ready to get off of here, but let me say this once before I get off of here. Drop Watermelon Sugar has been dropping my Avon link. So you guys make sure that y'all go and y'all check out all things Avon. Avon has CBD products, you guys. So for those of you that are looking for y'all natural CBD products, they got a little bit of this, they got a little bit of that. Okay. We got springtime coming. For the exception, the quintessential up there with the snow. See, Jonathan, no, Jonathan, no.
Baby, wait.
No, you
see?
No, just because you put it all in one line don't mean you get you don't put Abby's name first.
Yes, he does.
No.
What do you mean?
No, he doesn't. Not on my
channel. I got you, bro. I'm drinking on this right now, so I got you.
Oh, baby, I'm sorry you got a bad grade.
That's right, Avon. You had a bad day.
You can always call me if you want to talk about it.
Oh. That's right.
No,
Avon, fly away from the ashy, bumpy skin. Okay, we got.
Somebody put a goat on a horse and is walking around the hood in Philly.
Where the fuck did a goat come from in Philly?
I don't know.
Well, these people saying that they wanted our whole life for a goat.
Somebody want to go on that stimulus check?
Somebody probably got a pay too.
Oh my
God. She just interrupted our whole life.
Right. She over there getting
talk about Kalon and her plantation goat.
Listen, you notice I jumped right over that shit. That's white people shit. And I don't even like saying white people shit, but that is some white people shit.
I didn't even realize I was conveniently
instead of a lawnmower. Who has a goat instead of a lawnmower?
White folks. She can't have but
I was conveniently eating crackers before I started talking about her. Did not even. Sometimes I have very well placed. I think that was not rehearsed.
Anyway, moving on. Yeah, so thank y'all for coming through. We got up to, if you're not subscribed, I should have said this when I had 100 people in here, but if you are not subscribed to the channel, please make sure you're hitting that subscribe button. Go ahead and check out that Avon. Get you some Avon in your life. You got the Skin So Soft. We got the lotion. Get them ankles ready for them maxi dress season. Go on and get them ankles and them feet ready. Make sure you get the Skin So Soft ready for that mosquito season. And I'm gonna see y'all, tomorrow, hopefully. Thank y'all for coming on as always, El Teddy and Ibs.
Thank me too.
Why
I
am
think
I
I'm gonna do politics in the morning. I think I might.
You might do what picks in the morning?
Politics in the morning.
Oh, I thought you were saying. I was like, what dick? No, because you know the
Wait, dick
NCAA,
pics. Did
the
you say
bracket
dick?
came out, so that's what I thought you were gonna say.
Oh,
Okay, if y'all listen, I'm gonna try and get up early and do The Bachelor because I feel like I can't stay up till 3 o'clock in the morning to do it like I normally. Because I took the melatonin last night. I doubled up on the melatonin.
And it gave you that good sleep, didn't it? See?
I told you the melatonin that they listen.
Yes, I told you that melatonin spray I have, I put it right under my tongue. My
You get
problem
some
is,
sleep?
like last night, I didn't sleep. I didn't sleep last night. I've tossed and turned. My problem is by the time I realize, okay, I'm not falling asleep, is I don't want to take it if I got to get up in the morning. That's my problem.
Right.
You know, because then I'm, especially with us losing an hour yesterday, I was scared I was going to oversleep. But anyway, we will see y'all tomorrow. El Teddy said that he may do some politics in the morning, so y'all be on the lookout for the he calls his the politics of it all. So y'all be on the lookout for that.
And I'm gonna play with the black palette tomorrow. We're gonna do a
okay.
Yeah, that
we
was
going golf.
was the black palette. That was my vote.
And well, my vote.
Well, I'll use it tomorrow.
You know what my vote was. But bring that palette with you, Abby, when we hook up, because you know I got a match to my outfit, which is gonna be black and white. So
okay.
Or some variation of black, white, silver, you know.
I got you. We gonna bring Auntie Pat and we gonna smoke you out. It'll be fine.
Smoke it.
Mm-hmm.
Bye, y'all.